Coming up next, my full review of the latest from Andrea Mack X entrance in this space age bag. So stay tuned as it's coming up next. Welcome back everybody to Joel the Nose, and I am here today reviewing one of my favorite under-the-radar niche houses, and that is Andrea Mack. You've seen me talk about it in other videos probably recently, but I discovered her really a couple years ago at Osme Perfumery, and since then I've been wearing different scents, and I actually have two in my collection. The first bottle I bought was Craft, as you can see here, and this is actually my favorite skin scent that I own in my collection. Meaning it smells like skin. Love the smell of this. Cedar, incense, beautiful, and great presentation, right? And just recently at Osme, within the last few weeks, they actually got a brand new shipment in for a couple new fragrances by Andrea Mack that came out in 2020. But because of COVID, you know, certain things don't get shipped out, especially when they're from overseas. Andrea Mack is from Iceland. Reykjavik is where she's based at. And she's formerly, or actually still an artist, but is also a perfumer now. And so basically things kind of, you know, are delayed a little bit because of COVID. And even though this was released in 2020, it just came into Osme here in 2021. So let's get right into this. I'm gonna do kind of an unboxing, or I should call it an unbagging. This is the bag when you buy it that it comes in. And it's kind of like a space age metallic looking, almost like envelope that you would package something, you know, to send in the mail. Now, the reason why they're doing this is you can imagine Andrea Mack. She's an artist. She is from Iceland. She's more, I guess, forward-thinking when it comes to the environment than probably a lot of people. So to reduce their footprint as far as waste in the world, they have stopped sending their fragrances in boxes. And just for example, this is what they used to come in. Actually a beautiful presentation. This is what Craft came in. And it is actually beautiful. It slides out the box, and then you pull this open, and then it sits in foam. So that is where their fragrances used to come in. And now, as of 2021, they're coming in this bag. Some of you may not like that. Some of you who really focus on the presentation or the packaging may be a little bit let down. For someone like me, it's interesting. I don't really care. I like it, of course, when it comes in a beautiful fragrance or a beautiful package or box. And I do tend to keep those boxes versus boxes that come in cheaper ones or whatever. I tend to throw those away. So I will be throwing this away or recycling it, actually. I can use this as kind of a cool maybe gift to give something, to recycle and give something in. But anyways, so this is the bag. As you can see, it's sealed here. You basically unseal it like you would any other package. And first you have a pretty cool, a description, a little card that comes in here from her. And basically, this is just a read about this. This is actually a collaboration, by the way. I don't even think I mentioned the name of this fragrance. So this is X Entrance. X Entrance is this latest, perfume again from Andrea Mack. And X Entrance, let me show you the bottle, looks just like Craft or any of the other bottles, right? So you can see there, beautiful presentation. This is a 50 ml bottle, by the way, and I've always loved what she does. This is just, look at the cap. The cap is kind of cool. It's plastic, but it's just a cool design. It's very, what I would consider very, Scandinavian in design. Clean, simple lines, beautiful, black, white, very crisp. So this actually is a collaboration between Andrea Mack and a Bulgarian fashion house, which is called Entrance. And it's kind of an avant-garde, streetwise, modern, urban, hip fashion house from I'm sorry, not Bulgaria, from Romania. Don't want to confuse the countries, sorry about that. And what they say here is simply titled Andrea Mack X Entrance. This unisex fragrance is a collaborative project between the artist turned perfumer and Bucharest luxury fashion boutique Entrance. This captivating fragrance has a magnetic noir resonance and a timeless appeal. So that's how they describe it. Again, this is a collaboration. So immediately I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a younger, kind of more hip, more fresh, more maybe a little bit, fragrance. And I will say that it is. So again, you can see the presentation. And the notes on this, by the way, let me just kind of give you the notes. At the top, you have bergamot. At the heart, you have pink berries, saffron, and nutmeg. And then at the base, you have vetiver, vanilla, patchouli, and amber. So to me, that's kind of interesting because I like all those notes, but I've never really seen that base with vetiver and kind of amber combined. Usually I see those separately, so I like that. And just to let you know, this bottle is $135 retail for 50 mLs, and again, this is a unisex fragrance. So let me just kind of spray it on my hand here for you. You see, excellent atomizer, really good, just full, thick spray on the bottle. And my first impression, you get, right off the bat, you get a little bit of the bergamot. So it's got a little bit of a kind of almost a sweet citrusy smell. But the bergamot to me, and I've worn this a bunch of times now because I did actually purchase this. And by the way, I purchased this on my own. This was not given to me. No one gave it to me or whatever. I purchased it from Osme Perfumery here in Miami. Anyways, it's a slightly, how would I say, slightly sweet, but very quickly for me, the bergamot kind of plays an underroll or plays second hand to the heart notes, which is just beautiful. This kind of like smoky, spicy, sweet, slightly bitter and rough. And I don't mean bitter and rough like, oh, this is horrible. I mean, it's got this kind of rough edge to it. In fact, I'm going to show you kind of like, almost like this burlap. See this burlap, if you guys can see that pretty well. This is what I have on my table because I paint on this table. As you can see, I've talked about it before. I'm also an artist and I like to paint. So this kind of reminds me of that rough burlap, bitter, sweet, kind of smoky essence. I really enjoy it. And obviously I enjoy it because I bought it. Not every fragrance that I review, I buy. And like I said, I don't, this wasn't given to me. This is something that I absolutely, when it came into Osme a couple weeks ago, I bought this. And just to let you know how popular this one already is, it's already sold out at Osme. They already have to get another shipment, which, again, because of COVID and the fact that it's from Iceland, it could take a while. So I'm glad I got this bottle before it sold out. But again, so you get this, like I said, I don't get a ton of bergamot after the initial blast, but it is sitting there underneath this kind of saffron. And it's sitting under that, like, to me, it's a saffron and a spicy nutmeg. And you get those pink berries. Everything gives it a little, this just kind of fresh, smoky scent. And it is, to me, really a perfect collaboration. I see where they were going with this because you have Entrance, which is this, again, Romanian Bucharest fashion house, which is known for its kind of street and urban wear. And this has that feel. This fragrance to me is a younger person's fragrance. It is, or someone who wants to smell younger. Maybe you're a little bit older and you want to give yourself, a little bit more of a younger appeal. I would, this is something that I think would go great paired on a Friday night date, for example, with jeans and maybe leather boots or maybe a leather jacket. This would be a perfect combination for that. Going out in the city. I just love it. I love this house. I love Craft. As I showed you before, Craft is one of my favorite fragrances. But Entrance to me is just another wonderful addition to this line. They've also got one, it's called Coven, which smells like dirt and grass kind of combined. It's interesting. It's actually probably the best-selling one at Osme for this brand. Very unique, very different. So she, again, because she has an artist background, she just does things that are a little bit different and more unique than your typical fragrance, even for the niche fragrance world. Okay, that's why I like this house. I like artistry. I like people pushing boundaries. And Entrance is another example of Andrea Mack doing that here. I really, really love this fragrance. I would say that after a couple hours, It really goes into that heart note range after about 2 hours on the skin and settles down into that kind of very warm saffron-like heart note. And then on my skin, after about 3.5, 4 hours, it goes into that base, which is a really interesting mix on my nose between amber and patchouli. The vetiver to me doesn't stick out as much. I wouldn't call this necessarily a vetiver fragrance, but it's there. But to me, I get really more of this kind of like, you get this patchouli amber, and then there's the vanilla in there, which gives it a little bit of sweetness. So again, for the ladies who are listening, I think this is very much a unisex fragrance that you can pull off for women. I think it probably, to me, lends a little bit more masculine just because of the notes and kind of the smoky kind of street sense, but the vanilla in the dry down gives it the sweetness. The saffron gives it a sweetness, so this can absolutely be worn by anybody. I get really good projection, not like beast mode. So this is not a beast mode fragrance. And by the way, craft isn't a beast mode fragrance. Again, I call it my favorite skin scent because it's something that is closer to the skin, but it also smells like skin. But it's not something that's going to be booming out. This is going to be perfect to wear in an office or maybe a first date or even a sales meeting or a party with friends or family, because you're not going to overpower people. But when they come in close to say, give you a kiss on the cheek or hug you, they're going to smell this and they're going to want to know what you're wearing because it's just so unique and so well blended and such high quality ingredients, you can just smell it. So again, projection is going to be, pretty close around your head and your skin wherever you're wearing it. And as far as longevity, I get about 7 to 8 hours on my skin. This again is not going to be one that's going to go 10, 12 hours, at least on my skin, and you got to wear it, you got to put it on because everybody's skin reacts differently. So for me, I get a good 7, 8 hour wear, which is a full day for me, which is perfect. If I put it on in the morning, it lasts me all day. If I'm going to go out that night, I would just reapply, some more at that point. So anyways, there you have it. This is, again, X Entrance from Andrea Mack. And again, the collaboration with the fashion boutique Entrance just came out in 2020. This is one of the newest releases. Again, it's a hot seller. It's already sold out at Osme. But check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've tried it. Let me know if you have tried other ones by Andrea Mack, because I really love exploring this house because it's just so artistic. This is really what niche perfumery is all about to me. So again, this is Joel the Nose. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And you can also like the video and ring the bell for notifications, of course. And I will be back soon with another video. Peace and love to everybody, and take care.